Hello and welcome to the second half of my zodiac themed video called The Best and Worst Qualities of Each Zodiac Sign. And I probably shouldn't be making this video right now because I'm actually suffering from severe sleep deprivation. But maybe this video will just turn out funnier that way, who knows. So let's get started with the second half of the zodiac, meaning with the Libras. Libras, I have to say, even after all these years that I've been studying astrology already, Libra is still one of the signs that I understand the least about. Like, I'm not quite sure I really get Libras or what is important to them. So this is more like an educated guess when I talk about their supposedly best and worst quality. So I think being ruled by Venus and all that, one of their best qualities is their aestheticism, the ability to see beauty, appreciate beauty, and also create beautiful things. And, like a harmonious environment and so on, where everything just matches. And creating a special and beautiful atmosphere, for example. What I dislike about people with Libra energy is that I think sometimes you can see them being described as being very fair and just great at teamwork and all this. But I think they have some extreme double standards, meaning they expect a lot from other people, but are not often willing to give the same back, or to for example, when it comes to ethics, they might think other people should always treat them extremely kind and should always be generous with them, but they don't necessarily see the need to do the same in return. Okay, then let's talk about the Scorpios. And there are a lot of things I could I could tell you about Scorpios, because I grew up surrounded by Scorpio energy in my family. And I also belong to the generation of Pluto in Scorpio. But for the sake of this video, I'm gonna keep it short and simple and not dive too deep into the abysses of the Scorpio mind and behavior and all that. So their best quality is the ability to transform, turn pain into power, go deep inside themselves and embrace their wounds and heal them and turn them into something of value, basically. So just as much as destruction can be a necessary part of the transformation process, the destruction of illusions and of limitations and fears, of course, directing their more destructive energies can be one in the wrong direction can be one of the worst traits of Scorpios. For example, if they become violent or, turn to crime, or I think most of us know that Scorpios can be pretty vindictive and seek out revenge in a way that becomes completely, completely not adequate to the thing that actually happened to them. I'm sure there's a better phrase for that, but I can't think of it right now. Yeah, I think that's it for Scorpios. The optimistic and adventurous party and fun-loving people of the Sagittarius sign. I kind of like them. Because, the things I just said are basically their best qualities. Like, I'd say being adventurous and really open to expanding their horizons, both mentally as well as physically, for example, by traveling the world, are cool traits of the Sagittarius. But then again, I don't really know too many Sagittarius people. So the only thing I could really come up with as their worst quality is my assumption that they can be really restless and find it hard to stay in one place for too long if they don't have a lot to do, maybe. Just to stay at home and relax, for example. I don't think Sagittarius people are really good at that, and they easily feel trapped. Next on is Capricorn, the prime example of being, really ambitious, hardworking, and having a lot of tenacity, which are basically, I think, their best traits. At their worst, though, I think there's an air of frugality about them, and they can be kind of stingy, and I really dislike that. And they also can be super serious and, just like never really not laughing that much, and just taking life a little bit too serious, maybe. So when it comes to the Aquarius people, let's get a little bit abstract and spiritual, shall we? Because I think that Aquarius is one of the most spiritual and new agey signs. And so what I wrote down as their best quality is that I think they can master the art of maintaining their individuality and expressing their individuality, being unique and special, and at the same time, being aware of the oneness of all there is, and also feeling as a part of a greater whole and the community, a certain community, or just, humanity in general. And that's what I really admire about Aquarius. That being said, I think they can sometimes be a little bit too, when they are expressing their individuality, they can be a little bit too eccentric and just be really freaky and weird, and maybe being disregarding social norms or rules that might be actually useful or shouldn't be disregarded. My battery is dying, so I gotta talk about Pisces real quick. And I think their best trait is their compassion and empathy and, you know, their ability to be in touch with their own feelings, even though that can probably be said about all water signs. Well, my battery already died, so now I gotta film those last few sentences while charging my camera. And so the worst quality of Pisces, I think, is their escapism. For example, I think a lot of people who suffer from addictions, like for example drug addictions, have a lot of Pisces or Neptunian energy in their chart. And yeah, that's a problem if they don't use it for, you know, constructive things like making art, for example, but, you know, in damaging and destructive ways. Yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching. Bye.